I want to talk about magazines for pistols. I got so many different kinds, especially 1911. One thing about the 1911 is if you don't have a decent magazine, your gun may malfunction. I have to say that. That's for sure. I've experienced that. And most of the time when you buy a 1911, you get a real basic magazine, cheapest magazine they can give you. So, got a PM or two. Guys, a lot of guys are bitching about their Kimbers. I get more PMs about, believe it or not, about Kimbers than any other 1911 when it comes to failures and feeds. It's just, I've been lucky with Kimbers. But you gotta remember, as soon as I buy a Kimber, or any 1911, I always look at the magazine they give you. And to me, if it doesn't look like a decent magazine, I automatically upgrade. I don't even shoot the gun with the factory magazine. I just take the factory magazine out and automatically put an Ak Mag in it or a Kimber Tac Mag. But before I get started, I want to show you a bunch of different magazines. I just want to give a little recognition to the Turtle Gunners channel. They sent me a nice package. They sent me a really cool shirt. I never seen nothing like this. It's from a company called Cowboy Revolution. I never seen a shirt like this. Now I know Red Jacket has these type of button shirts, and I am going to get a Red Jacket one, that's for sure. Because I know a lot of you guys, bust on Sons of Guns, but remember, Sons of Guns was really the first real gun reality show. And when I seen the previews for that, I was like, finally, thank God, finally they're putting a gun show on. I'm not talking about the Outdoor Channel that nobody has. I'm talking about nationwide television, and Sons of Guns is the first reality gun show, and we need those shows. And now one after the other is coming out because of that. So we have Sons of Guns now. We have Combat Pawn now, which is on Saturday night. We have a new one called Family Guns. It's about this British family, and they live in America, and they deal with antique firearms, like really cool stuff. That's a good show. So let's see, it's Sons of Guns, Combat Pawn, Family Guns. Then we got American Guns. It's probably one of my favorite gun shows. Okay, and you got American Guns. I mean, that's good. We need them shows to be on all the time, because it just makes the Second Amendment more permanent. It really does help. Because if no one sees anything and no one talks about anything, that thing goes away. That's why, if you're a gun enthusiast and you don't like the show, you shouldn't criticize it, because you're just biting your nose to spite your fucking face. You really are. You're being an asswipe. That's what you're being. A complete, It's alright to say, oh, that episode sucked or something, but don't criticize it, especially if you're a gun enthusiast. I think you're being real stupid. So, I just wanted to show this shirt off that I got from the Turtle Gunners. It's really cool. It's my size, 2XL, and the patch says U.S. Cowboy, and then on this says Revolution, has the American flag in black and white there. Ain't that fucking cool? Ooh. And it has a stripe patch there. I don't know what rank that is. What is that? Sergeant? So it looks like to me. And it's got the skull and cross rifles behind it. And it is actually it's a very beautiful shirt. It's got the pearl buttons, like a cowboy shirt. Johnny Cash looking thing here. Not crazy with all the swirly swirls, like I ain't talking about the friggin' Roy Rogers shirts, guys, but these are pretty cool. This is really nice. It's all black, and I just want to show them I want to thank them for sending me this. This is a very beautiful shirt. I never seen nothing like it, and it's really, really neat. So I just want to show you guys I did receive it. Thank you very, very much. You guys are awesome. Thank you. You got a great channel. It's very funny. You guys know how to party. You guys know how to have a good time. That's for damn sure. And I get a kick out of watching your channel. It's great entertainment. I haven't done a magazine video in a long time. Probably got about 15,000 subs since I did a magazine video. So there's a lot of new people that I'd like to share my thoughts with and help them out if I can. I got a whole box of magazines. We've been shooting an awful lot lately, so why is that here? We're going to talk about 1911 magazines, because most of the time when you buy a 1911, you get a shitty magazine with it, and you always have to upgrade it, with the exception of Rock Island Armory and Smith & Wesson. Rock Island Armory and Smith & Wesson give you one of the best magazines you can buy. Ain't that nice? I don't know why everybody doesn't do it, but they don't. Even my Ed Brown magazine felt really good, but it still didn't feel good as a Kimber Ak Mag. I run my Ed Brown. Let me go get it. We're going to shoot this tomorrow. Yeah, I'm thinking this one, yeah. And as you can see, I have a Kimber Ak Mag in there, because when I'm loading it, it feels nice and smooth. When I'm sliding the rounds on top of the follower and it's going down, everything feels nice and smooth. There's no friction. To me, if there's no friction, that's the magazine you want to use. You want to use the magazine with the less friction. Okay? Even good magazines that are made the same, one has less friction than the other, because one's made a little different than the other. One came out a little better than the other one did. So you have to go by feeling it and having it in your hand. Alright, let's not get sexy now, perverts. Okay? Make sure she's safe. Okay? Same with firearms. The less friction, less something's going to happen. It will cause a failure. So, okay. Magazines. Well, I'll tell you, my buddy, another Kimber story. Kimber's brutal, man. You know, Kimber, if they would give you a really good magazine with their firearm, they probably would cut their firearm issues in half by 50%. Like people calling saying, "Oh, my firearm's double feeding," or you know, I'm getting failed to go in the battery, or the last round keeps jamming. Shit like that, stuff like that. You know, Kimber, if all you have to do, Kimber needs to give the Kimber Ak Mag with their firearms, and I bet you that cures a lot of their problem. Because most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, when a 1911 has a problem, it's because it just doesn't have a good magazine in it. And I learned that a long time ago when I first started getting into 1911s. That was one of the first things I learned, was make sure you have a good magazine. A 1911 is like a high performance Ferrari. If you use cheap gasoline, it'll perform but not good. You have to use high octane. So alright, so we have to use a high octane magazine with a 1911. That goes all the way down to a Rock Island Armory. The 1911 design, you should have a good magazine. Okay. Now I know for 100 years they've been using this shitty style and it's been working, but why not have a better magazine and make it almost 100% reliable than 70% reliable? Listen to this magazine, and this is a Colt. Listen to it. Hear all that friction? Do you think for a minute I'm going to put this in my gun? You got to be out of your tree. What I'll do with this is practice taking it apart and shit, and use it like that for videos and showing people how to take the sealed magazines apart. I'll never put that in my gun. Now, what magazine would you rather have? This one? Or this one? Let me think. Man, that's a hard decision. I don't know, man. Would I rather be constipated, you know, and trying to shit out a watermelon with warts on it? Or would I rather take a nice smooth poo? I think I'd rather take a nice smooth poo than try to shit out a watermelon with warts on it. You get me? Friction, no good. So I would not put that in my gun. The Ak Mag, made by PSI, made in Italy, distributed by PSI. They're made in Italy, which is probably the same company as Metgar. This is from a Smith & Wesson. You get a Smith & Wesson 1911, you don't have to upgrade your magazine. Smith & Wesson gives you an awesome magazine. There it is, Smith & Wesson Ak Mag PSI, made in Italy. Nickel-plated follower, less friction on the round when it's sliding off the follower onto the feed ramp. No friction here, no friction here. Reliable magazine. Push the little hiney button, slide the slide off. You can keep good maintenance on it. Hello, this is what you want. They have these in stainless steel. They have these in dull matte finish, which are my favorite. And they have these like these black glossy ones. They have them in any kind you want. And this is one of my top favorite magazines is this one. Okay. And of course, you guys know I love the Kimber mag. That's what I run my Ed Brown with. Not a lot of friction. It's got a real strong spring in there, and they're really good magazines. Another real good magazine to get, you guys, without a lot of friction, is a Wesson Combat 45 ACP. This holds 8, and it's got a nice polymer follower on there, which is nice and smooth. You want everything to be nice and smooth and quiet. It's nice and quiet. It just feels, you don't feel no resistance. It's going to feed them rounds up to that pistol beautifully. That's what you want. Wesson Combat, Ak Mag, Kimber Mag. I never tried a Chip McCormick. I hear a lot of good things about them, so I can't give you a honest review on a Chip McCormick. I never had one. Okay, this is a Les Baer magazine. To me, it's the same exact design as a Wilson. It's got the same follower. You know, the side panel looks different, but it's the same, and it's real nice. It's beautiful. It's very smooth. So you got the I think, yeah, it's a Les Brown. No, Les Brown, Les Baer. There you go. Wouldn't that be a nice gun? Les Brown. Them two should get together. Okay. That's that's all I could say. It's just common sense. Here's a Kimber. This is a Kimber. Okay. What they did was they upgraded just a tad. You know what they did? It's the same kind of magazine as this, but this don't have the bent over follower, which I do like. But Kimber, it's still a cheap magazine, but they made the follower a little bit better. But it's still, listen to it. Hear that? It's still really, there's a ton of friction. A little less than the Colt, but there's still a lot of friction. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear this. I want to hear this. Okay? This is what you want. Smooth. Smooth. No friction. Pretty simple. I mean, it's just common sense. And these are just other Ak Mags, different sizes, a Wesson Combat. Here's an Ed Brown magazine that they stopped making, which I don't know why they stopped making. It's called the 8-pack. It's got a really strong housing, awesome spring in there, and feels nice. It's not catching on anything. It feels really good, and it's brand new. So the more you use it, the even smoother it gets. Now there's one more magazine I want to show you that I'm a huge fan of, because it never gives me any problems. But you do have to break in a little bit. Now where is it? This is another one. Same. I think it's the same company. It's made in Italy. It's a Metgar magazine. I love Metgar mags. It has a big follower on it, and the follower. Man, it's hard to explain. See the difference in followers? It just gives you a longer lead. Gets it closer to the chamber for you, the feed ramp. And but one thing about these types, you got to break them in. There's a little bit of friction with these when they're new, but don't worry about it. After 100 rounds, you're good. And after 100 rounds, you'll love this magazine. And the magazine catch has a steel plate right there, which I'm not saying nothing bad about the Wesson Combat, but the Wilson doesn't. It's hollow, and that's pretty cool. And this is like a nice block of polymer, and this is real smooth magazine. It's probably one of the smoothest mags I got in my whole box. Is this Metgar, this style Metgar. You got to remember, Metgar makes a bunch of different styles, so make sure You know, I don't know what model number this is, but I have nothing but great luck with these. Remember, when these are new, you'll feel friction, but just when they're new, just get it and just do this a couple times with it and run about 100 or 200 rounds, and this thing's good to go. And another thing, it's very easy to take the bottom plate off in maintenance and take it all apart. So my top favorite magazines are that Metgar, the Ak Mag, the Kimber Tac Mag, right? The Wesson Combat. This Les Bear is I think it's a Les Bear. It might be a Nighthawk. I don't know what this is. It's one or the other. But whatever it is, it's either Nighthawk or West Bear. Someone sent it to me. But this is super, super smooth. So that is a good magazine. But the ones I'm using right now is the Kimber Tac Mag, Ak Mag, Metgar. They're my three favorite right there. And like I said, I have no experience with Chip McCormick. None. So I'm not going to tell you they're great, because I hear good things about them. That's all I can tell you. And that's it. And we're going to go shoot this tomorrow. We need to get some more rounds to Ed Brown. Okay? Then after the Ed Brown, I like to shoot my Glock 23. Because I got some real cheap Blazer aluminum ammunition casings. I got like 3 boxes of that. I just want to get rid of it. And I like to shoot my Glock with that. And that'll bring that Glock up to like almost 1,000 rounds once those boxes are through. Alright guys, I hope this answered your magazine questions. I want to thank the Turtle Gunners again for that beautiful shirt. I'll see you guys soon.